Why hello there! Welcome back to my mama's kitchen. Today we're gonna make keema. Keema is basically ground meat.
It's healthy and you can use many ways, like with rice, with noodles, with taco, with salad, whatever you like.
Whatever you like. That's why we love it. Keema is super versatile, healthy, and there's so many different ways you can use it. So at the end of this, we'll actually show you a couple of different ways that we actually use it at home. So hopefully you guys enjoy it.
Yeah. Let's start.
Let's start cooking. Alright, first things first, we learned from our mistakes in the last episode. We're going to talk about the ingredients. 4 pounds of ground chicken, 2 onions, about 8 pieces of garlic, and that much ginger. 5 green chili peppers. Once again, that much cilantro. We're not sure how much that is, but that much. Next, we have the spices.
3.5 teaspoon pepper.
I mean, we use a lot of pepper because we like it spicy.
Yeah, 2.5 teaspoon salt, half teaspoon turmeric. That's paprika.
How much?
Half teaspoon.
Paprika you don't need, but it's for color. So if you have it, use it. If you don't have it, don't use it.
As coriander, 1 teaspoon, and this one crushed pepper, 1 teaspoon.
Yeah. All right. Lastly is this special spice blend. So this requires 1 stick of cinnamon, 3 black cardamom, half a teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of black pepper balls, and 6 cloves. This particular spice blend is her personal spice blend that she uses for keema. After this, she actually grinds them up in a little bit of water. But if you do not have this, or you can't grind them up, you can use store-bought garam masala if that's all you got. Oh, we forgot one more thing. So this goes at the very end.
Yeah.
What is it?
1 teaspoon coriander and half teaspoon cumin.
So, more cumin. But this is, you need this for the end. Alright, Ma, let's get started.
Okay.
First thing. Alright, as you can see, we're already in the middle of cooking, but we forgot something, so you're having this quick cut in the start of the video. One thing also that people wanted to know was cook time. So for keema, the cook time is around an hour. Alright, now back to the start of the video. Is the onions. So to start off, we're only going to use 1.5 onion that goes into the keema right now, and then half of it is saved for the end. My mom was just telling me that she has never before measured the oil that goes in here, so she kind of just eyeballs it. So she said for us, she's going to try and measure so we have a good idea of how much oil is going in here. That's 3/4 of a cup. 1? Does that look right? So it was 3/4 of a cup of oil, right?
Yeah, we use grapeseed oil, but whatever you like, you use it.
It's
like
good.
olive oil or...
It's good.
Yeah.
See, people said that they would like to, know what kind of things we're using, whether it's oil, rice, or whatever, and also if there's any alternatives. So, Mom's uses grapeseed oil, but you can use any oil you like.
Yeah,
All right.
Grapeseed oil is healthy.
Pro tip: grapeseed oil is healthy. So if you want to be healthy, use grapeseed oil. So
we put
all
onion?
the 1.5 onion goes in. But I forgot to mention, the flame has to be on high while this is cooking. Okay, what's next?
What next is grounded this garlic. A little bit of water.
So you take a little bit of water and she's going to ground this up.
Yeah, if you want, you use paste also. Like we use fresh garlic and fresh ginger.
If they're using paste, how much?
1 tablespoon.
Oh, there you go. If you're using garlic paste, 1 tablespoon garlic paste. Don't forget about your onions.
Yeah.
You have to keep stirring them? Yeah, keep stirring your onions. Alright, next step.
Next step, ginger.
So first chop it up a little bit and then we're gonna smash it.
Oh, that's the same thing like garlic. If you want to use paste, use paste.
How much paste?
Like 1 tablespoon.
So 1 tablespoon. Okay. So if you don't have one of these things, to smash your ginger up, just use some paste. Like we said, don't forget about your onions. Keep stirring your onions while you smash your ginger. Wait, my mom was telling me some things about the onion. What about the onion, Mom? When you're cooking it...
Yeah, you need a little bit darker. You know, usually when we make like other things, we just onion like golden color. No, keema onion a little bit darker.
For color.
Yeah, for color.
Presentation is key. The look of your meal is just as important as how it tastes. My mom really believes in that. So that's what your onion should look like. There it is. Oh, so there's the garlic that we blended with the water. How long? We don't know. We don't know. So we don't know. But just like we did with the onions, you kind of have to to kind of fry this garlic paste blend with the onions for a little bit. I'll try to show you what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah, like that.
Like that. That's what it's supposed to look like. According to my clock, that was about like a minute, 2 minutes. All right, next.
Next we put
Chicken. Well, the ground chicken. And mix it in.
We put half salt inside.
So right now we're only gonna put half the salt in. The pro tip thing here, what she is not saying in front of the camera, is that the reason why we only put half the salt right now is because when the ground meat is in like a little package, it tends to like bunch up together. So this salt actually helps it break up and makes it easier for mixing. I think that, yeah? Yeah, so there we go. Pro tip. Also, like she said, we use ground chicken. You can use other kinds of meat. You can use ground turkey, you can use ground beef. But the only tiny issue with that is if you use a different kind of meat, it might not taste as good because this specific recipe is meant for ground chicken. So just putting that out there, it might not be as good. So leave it, once you mix it on, leave it there for about 10 minutes on high heat. Huh?
Tomato to rakhi nahi.
Kya?
Tomato to rakhi.
My mom just realized that we forgot the tomatoes. How many tomatoes, Mom? Like we said, this is a learning process and we'll figure things out. So, included in the ingredients, you also need tomatoes. How many tomatoes, Mom? Two tomatoes. She wants to put in a bowl just so you can see. 2 tomatoes. You need 2 tomatoes about this size. Oh, now we're going to talk about the spice blend. What? This is gonna stay.
No.
Hold on. Okay, so after this has been cooking for about 10 minutes, and you take 2 of those black cardamom and just drop them in.
Yeah.
I don't know where they went, but they're in there somewhere.
Yeah, rest. Going.
Oh, and there's the rest of that spice blend.
Put a little bit water.
How much water?
Like that.
A little bit, just like that water. And just blend it together? If you are blending the spices, let it blend for quite some time. You want it to be like super smooth and silky. Now, on to the pretty important ingredient, the tomatoes. What do we have to do? Oh, so same thing. We're gonna use 1.5 tomato right now, and then half of the tomato and half of the onion we're gonna use later.
Seed is not healthy. So
No seeds.
no seed. Not healthy.
Mom said seed is not healthy, so stay away from the seeds, guys. Seeds are bad. The tomatoes, you're just gonna like roughly cut them up into small pieces. Yeah. Good thing moms remember the tomatoes though, because tomatoes are super crucial. What were you saying?
कभी इस तरह रख के सारी चीजें तो नहीं कि ये डलेगा whatever I like.
It is a little challenging to kind of think about this beforehand and like lay it out, because it messes with her normal workflow. Normally she just goes in and gets what she needs at a particular step, but this was challenging. I can tell this was a little bit difficult. Also, while this is cooking, don't forget to come and keep stirring it because you don't want this to clump up either. You want it to be, because you don't want this to clump up. You want it to look like that. So keep it stirring and keep an eye on it. So while that's cooking, we're going to take care of the tomato and onion that we're supposed to use at the very end. So, take out the middle part. She said see the bad, and I guess so is the rest of it. So you're only going to use like the outer shell of the tomato.
And onion I cut like that.
Super thin?
Yeah.
That does not look easy, and it also looks dangerous on your thumb. That's years and years of experience right there. If I tried doing that, I probably would cut my thumb every single time. That's what your onion should look like at the end. Finely chopped. What do we do with the tomato?
Small pieces.
So unlike before, this time we're going to need small little cubes for the tomatoes. You have to say it.
Yeah, you keep looking.
Keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
Don't forget about your chicken. Keep stirring and keep an eye on it. You don't want it to burn. All right, next step. So she said you're not supposed to ground this, but instead you do that. What does this do? Flavor बाहर आता है?
Yeah, flavor बाहर आता है. और ये बिल्कुल end में डालेंगे.
Oh, smell it too.
Yeah, smell आ रही है.
Yeah.
ऐसे इसको.
So you basically do that to bring out the flavor and the smell, and that goes at the very end. I know if you don't have a rolling pin, you can use a bottle, like if you have like any kind of cylindrical bottle. If you have a water bottle that's made out of glass, whatever kind of bottle, I think you could use that too to kind of like roll it out. Or if you don't have that either, I think you can just like wrap it in some paper towels and just smash it with something.
Yeah, like that.
You can just smash it with something and it'll do the exact same thing. Now that's been cooking for another 10 minutes or so, it's time to put in all the spices. So the salt, remember salt to taste, whatever is good for you, use that. The turmeric, is that the paprika? The paprika, which is just for color, you don't need it. The chili powder, if you like it spicy, you can
Coriander.
and the dry coriander,
Yeah, end में जाना.
and chili flakes stay over there. Mix it all in. Once you mix everything in and it looks good, it looks pretty, it's time to add the tomatoes. So that's 1.5 tomatoes in. And then once again, just mix it all in. Now that you mix everything in, you're going to cover it up.
Little bit, like only 2-3 minutes.
Oh, okay. Cover it up for about like 2-3 minutes. Why are we waiting 2-3 minutes with it covered? Actually, I don't even know the word for that.
Yeah.
You basically want the tomatoes to cook in a little bit with the meat before we add the rest of before we add the next few things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So while we're waiting for the tomatoes to mix in, we just have to lower the heat a little bit. Halfway, about halfway.
Yeah. That's good.
Oh! In the last video, in a couple of shots, you actually saw my mom's fridge in the back, and a couple of people wanted to see the photos. So this is her fridge, and these are the photos. Obviously, the most important people are in the biggest photo, right in the middle. This is actually us in college. This is actually a really old photo of me, Atif, and Amu from college. And then, then other people all around. That's actually my mom. That's actually my mom right when she got married. So that's her about 18 years old. Yeah. Oh, and there's my dad. For me, I can't tell, because whenever I see a photo of my dad, even when he's really young, to me he looks really old. So he probably is like 18 years old over there, but to me he still looks like he's like 30 years old there.
That's your engagement photo? I like it.
This is from our engagement photo. Actually, Atif took that photo.
Yeah.
Now that the tomatoes have kind of mixed in with the meat.
Yeah, when we put this ground garam masala.
The ground garam masala. So the spice blend that we made, you pour that in. And the smashed up ginger goes in now too.
spicy tomato a little bit like soft.
Yeah. Yeah, you want your tomatoes to be soft.
Okay,
Soft
fire
and
level
mushy.
high.
Oh. Fire back on high. How long is it gonna cook?
Like
now?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Well, you have to tell them. You can't just do something and not tell us. So after you've done mixing up everything and everything's in there,
Yeah.
you're gonna lower the heat. How
Yeah.
much? Like halfway?
Yeah, halfway.
Lower the heat halfway. And then we cut the cilantro. So the stuff that you see here now, the cilantro, the onion and tomato, the ground up stuff here, the roll up stuff here, and the chili red flakes, these are all gonna go in at the very end. I know we said this a bunch of times already, but keep an eye on your food the whole time. You keep stirring and keep an eye out. You don't want it to get burnt, you don't want it to get clumped up. You want it to look like that. So when it's getting closer to being done, you gotta throw in your red chili peppers, green chili peppers in as well. The thing with those green chili peppers, they're really hot. So just like with the salt and the red chili powder, you have to kind of gauge this by taste. So if you like it spicy, I think my mom put in 5, you can put in 5. If you don't like it spicy, maybe you just want to put in 1. Also, my mom puts them in straight, like they're not cut or anything, because that gives you the option when you're eating to either have some or not have some. But if you truly do want it to be extra spicy, chop them up and then put them inside. But fair warning, you will not be able to escape the heat then. Alright, so it's been about another 10 minutes, and now this is a very, very, very important step.
Because I don't like.
No, because if you don't do this, you can potentially ruin your meal. So make sure you take out the black cardamom, right? Make sure you take those out. Those little cockroaches, if they get in your mouth when you're eating, it will ruin your entire meal. Near the end, just take those out. They're good for the overall flavor, but they're individually no bueno.
Okay, almost cooked.
So it's almost cooked. So it should look like that. We're about ready to put in the last bit. So remember the stuff that we chopped up? Throw it in. The crushed red peppers. And another a little bit of black pepper. Sprinkle.
Not much.
Just a little bit. Just like a half teaspoon.
Yeah. Not.
And the cilantro.
Yes.
Key thing, don't mix it right now.
No.
Just cover it up.
And fire.
Off?
10 minutes. Yeah,
Oh.
That's it.
That's it, 10 minutes? Shut off the flames and cover it up for another 10 minutes, and then we should be done.
No,
All right.
it's like that.
10 minutes are done, and that's what it should look like.
And after we mix it.
So what that 10-minute really does, it just makes the onions a little bit softer, makes the tomatoes a little bit softer, helps tie everything together.
Yeah, it's like that.
Alright, that's it. Keema is done. Yay!
Yeah, I hope you like it.
Yeah. Also, like we said, if you ever end up cooking any of these things that we make, please let us know. Tell us how it came out, send us a photo or whatever. Now, on to my favorite part, eating. Oh wait, before that, like we said in the start, keema is a very versatile kind of food and there's so many different ways to make it. So right now we're gonna make some small dishes and show you how you can use keema. Alright, now that we're done, the first thing that we want to show you is this thing called Arabian rice. Basically, it's
boiled rice and keema we make it, and salad, fries, and boiled egg.
all plated into a delicious dish. Let me show you. So yeah, that's that. And we're getting fancy here. We're setting things up. We're using a Lazy Susan. All right, next thing we want to show you is actually this pasta dish that we make at home. And a lot of people knock it until you try it. It's basically keema with whatever kind of pasta you like. We either like elbow or penne mixed in with ketchup and sriracha. I know that sounds a little weird, but trust me, try it before you knock it. I know people, the first time I tell them, they get a little weird about the whole ketchup and sriracha thing, but trust me, it's really good. Also, aside from these two things, you can eat keema with roti, you can eat keema with naan, you can also eat keema for breakfast. One of my favorite things to do is take like a sunny side up egg and have a little keema on the side with some bread. It's delicious. Also, because it's ground meat, like I said, you can use it for tacos, burritos, and anything else you want to use it for. It's a very, very versatile food. You can use it for salads if you want to be really healthy. It's great. All right, that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed the second episode. Like we said before, give us your feedback. Tell us what you liked, what you didn't like, and we'll try to keep improving. But okay. But that's it. We'll see you guys on the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.